I didn't have that on my bingo card.
No.
Did you?
No. 5 o'clock on a Memorial Day, taking a live look around the state. It's been just about a perfect day for anything you're doing outside, whether you're going to Fort Logan or you're gathering with friends or family. Temperatures climbed into 80s. There is still a chance for some isolated storms this evening.
It wasn't all sunshine today, though. A viewer sent us this video of gusty wind wreaking havoc for visitors at the Cherry Creek State Park today. Look at that. It was pretty fast. You can see the wind whipping tree branches around and ripping up a tent set up there on the beach. May not be done with this kind of wind just yet either. Thanks so much for joining us at 5 o'clock, everyone. I'm Phil Lipoff.
I'm Kim Christensen. We want to start with senior meteorologist Chris Bianchi with a look at the forecast. Those little gusty things pop up pretty quick.
Yeah, and what you saw in that video is probably about 40 to 45 mile-an-hour winds with a dry microburst. That's rain that's evaporating before it hits the ground. It's very dry at the surface, so that rain evaporating, and that leads to that rush of wind that you saw there at Cherry Creek State Park. Now, this is rain that's actually reaching the ground. This is great to see in Kim's namesake here in Kim in Los Alamos County. And look at that. There's a pretty good downpour. We've been looking at this camera for the last kind of hour and a half, and it's been pouring there. So good to see. Of course, that is beneficial rain. And kind of going back to this is the part of the state that did not get the rain last week here in Kim in southeastern Colorado. So good to see that in this part of the state. Now, here in Denver, we're not going to get much, if any, rain from any of these clouds and these kind of ominous looking skies. Well, we might see, again, one or two little pushes of gusty wind. Temperatures on the warm side, upper 70s, low 80s here at the unofficial start of summer, feeling summer-like. There's those widespread storms in the southeastern part of the state. A few pop-up storms in northeastern Colorado as well, up by Fort Morgan and by Wiggins as well. Here in Denver, just a few gusty occasional showers here, but we may get a little bit more action the next hour or two, as it looks like there's another band of these dry microbursts off to our south. Otherwise, southwest Colorado seeing some showers. Those are drying up, but I suspect those will redevelop later on this evening. Temperatures mostly in the 70s and 80s, eastern plains right now, mostly in the 50s and 60s in the high country, and those temperatures will tumble down this evening, but then tomorrow and also for your Wednesday, those storm chances will increase, and also that intensity could increase as well. I'll tell you about that in a couple minutes.
The state health department says more than 50 people in Boulder County died in 2024 from drug overdoses.
So the city of Boulder hopes to decrease those numbers now that it's reopened its recovery service center. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch with that story.
An open door is access.
It's been awesome. I'm really thankful for Hazelbrook.
Harley Hamlin came to Boulder with hopes of a sober lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm a recovering opiate addict. I actually hurt myself at work back in like 2018, and I became dependent on opiates.
He's overcoming substance abuse and arrests for trespassing and assault. Hamlin says if he didn't have a pathway to resources, he'd be on another path to relapse.
Like if I was back home, I don't know if I would be sober.
This house east of downtown has been home to recovery support since 2023, but it closed last fall.
We think the work was necessary before, and we think it's currently necessary.
Megan Newton is Boulder's homelessness policy advisor. She says the city needed to find a new service provider. They chose Hazelbrook, who manages similar programs in Denver, Colorado Springs, and Pueblo.
A lot of our focus is around housing, but it's also around treatment, and this kind of ties the two together.
Hazelbrook's structure works for Seth Eberly.
Yeah.
He moved in day one. He says the center gives him a chance to make better decisions for himself and his family.
I got a very lengthy history between auto thefts to drug charges to assault on a cop. Just having a little foundation under my feet will get me a long way.
After nearly 1 year closed, a door to help has reopened in Boulder, and people are wasting no time to walk through it.
I came in here ready, you know what I mean?
Exactly what I needed.
In Boulder, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Janelle, thank you. Clients can still get resources even after leaving Hazelbrook. The organization owns the building right next door, which is dedicated to helping clients maintain access to counselors and psychiatrists.
3 robbery suspects are in the hospital after police say they crashed a stolen car into a retaining wall in Commerce City this morning. The police department says those suspects and another group who were in a separate car robbed several people at gunpoint and knife point overnight. Police say the suspects actually returned to the area while officers were talking to the victims, and that's when officers started chasing after them. The pursuit continued onto I-70, where one of the drivers crashed into a retaining wall at the Pecos Street exit. We know 2 2 of the suspects are teens. The third has yet to be identified. Police are still searching for the other car that had 4 people in it. Arapahoe County health officials say there is a confirmed case of hantavirus. The person that was tested positive is recovering well. Arapahoe County Public Health says this is not related to that deadly outbreak on the MV Hondias cruise ship off the coast of West Africa. This person has a different strain of the virus, which the county says is more common.
So we now know the identity of the person who died while climbing the Manitou Incline over the weekend. The El Paso County coroner identifies this hiker as 48-year-old Nikolay Jagolev. The El Paso County sheriff says he was hiking the trail Saturday morning when he collapsed after having breathing problems. And this follows another death at the popular trail last year. The 64-year-old man then from Oregon died about 150 steps into the incline. His cause of death has not been released.
The city of Aurora is facing another federal lawsuit for the police shooting that killed Kylan Lewis. An Aurora police officer shot and killed Lewis 2 years ago while trying to arrest him on a warrant for a shooting in Denver. Lewis was unarmed. The lawsuit filed by the state of Lewis claims that the city of Aurora's systemic failures in training and discipline led to that deadly shooting. The lawsuit claims that Officer Michael Deek's use of force against Lewis was unconstitutional. Deek has already been cleared by both APD and the district attorney. This suit comes after Lewis's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit last year.
Today, we take a moment to pause and honor the service members who made the ultimate sacrifice for all of us and our nation. Across the U.S., celebrations and events were held to commemorate the day. From parades to traditional wreath-laying ceremonies, here in Colorado, there were several events to pay respects, including at Fort Logan National Cemetery.
They're so humble and so quiet that they just say that was their job and it was no big deal. But it's a huge deal for us to be able to stand here and do whatever we want to every day in America.
That's right. It's the reason we're free. The ceremony at Fort Logan included a moment of silence, the playing of taps, and a flyover.
One Colorado town has a new tradition to honor those who have served on Memorial Day. Berthoud started the Hometown Heroes Recognition Program. They worked with several organizations, allowing people and businesses to hang up a banner honoring a current or former service member. The banners line the town's main street and will be up through Veterans Day. We spoke to a vet who has a banner on display and to the mayor about this.
I was in the United States Army pre 9/11 and was happy to serve for 7 years.
And it's awesome to have the American flags and banners to show patriotism, but it's something else to actually put faces to people that are in our community and serve.
Each banner includes a picture of the service member, their name, rank, title, and branch of service.